AV SuperFriends on Topic is an independent production wholly owned and operated by AV SuperFriends, LLC. For the highest quality recording of all of our shows, visit avsuperfriends.com. This is AV SuperFriends on Topic, a 30-minute monthly roundtable focused on a single topic. This discussion will be opinionated, to the point, and saturated with our well-known blend of painfully won expertise and deeply ingrained immaturity. For March 2026, yes, I said March, deal with it. It's the best sounding and most regularly scheduled podcast in higher ed. This is the AV SuperFriends On Topic, episode number 68.
68?
That's over 5.5 years of this.
Man.
Broadcasting live across 4 time zones. No, scratch that. We lost somebody today. Broadcasting live across 3 time zones.
We lost that time zone, though. We are
Wait a minute.
it.
Let's see.
it is 4.
1,
Me and
2,
Jamie are on
3.
the same time
Oh,
zone.
you are? Okay, so Jamie's a scofflaw.
It still applies.
Broadcasting live across 4 time zones. It's spring, because it's March, remember. Theater of the mind, where the snow is melting, the budgets are tightening, the classroom tickets are blooming faster than the campus flower beds. And it's time to shake off our winter firmware and step boldly into spring refresh season. So from preventive maintenance to project planning, from frozen loading docks to fully booked install calendars, we're thawing out the technology and turning up our springtime momentum. I'm Chris Dector. It's time for another Friday afternoon podcast adventure with the AV SuperFriends, and let's say hello to today's panel of AV SuperFriends.
Hello.
Which is this one. Oh, got to delete this because it's not that. Jamie's not here, sorry. Our first panelist ensures that every new AV over IP deployment blooms beautifully in April before immediately being clogged by multicast storms and metaphorical ragweed. He's a director of emerging technologies and seasonal pollen mitigation from Corvallis, Oregon. Say hello to Mr. Mark Kolowazinski.
Yes, the colors are always blooming here. So we have somebody doing shading on all of our rooms all the time on every system.
Just turn the gamma up a little bit.
Exactly.
There, so. Our next panelist champions the annual rediscovery of rooms that, quote, worked fine in the fall and now require emergency irrigation in the form of new DSP configs and a reboot ritual. He's an assistant provost for strategic sprouting and deferred maintenance awakening from Greensboro, North Carolina. Say hello to Mr. Larry Darling.
Yep, I reboot every room every spring, just like clockwork.
Whether it needs it or not.
Yep.
It's on the calendar.
And our final panelist leads the annual migration from we'll fix it in summer to why is this still broken in March, while aligning capital requests with pollen forecasts and fiscal optimism. He's a vice president of vernal refresh cycles and strategic thawing from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Say hello to Mr. Justin Rexing.
It's not right. It's really VP of Run to Fail. What's vernal mean?
Spring.
Sounds like an uncle's name, like Uncle Vernal.
That's Vern.
Hey, Vern.
You've never heard
drank too
vernal? You
much again.
didn't like study Latin in school at all? So, okay.
I mean, a little bit. I was Catholic for a little bit. You know.
All right, then. For a little bit.
A little bit.
Good Lord.
I'm still Catholic.
Until there was some
I haven't read Latin
suspicious
since like
things.
3rd grade, I guess. I don't know.
Well, anyway, speaking of being Catholic, let's lean into that. On today's show, we're going to discuss our top 10 commandments of AV. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. So first of all, if you're listening to this as a recorded MP3 while you're crawling through a ceiling, replacing a failed HDMI extender, just know that we do stream live on Fridays at about 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific, or whenever Mark's seasonal allergies subside. And of course, we were all late today because we had a meeting right before this, and that ran long, and then we were in all sorts of planning. So, yes.
Retreat.
For 2 hours.
It was a treat. Yes, that's right. You can catch us live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And when the pollen count is high, the takes are hotter, and occasionally we'll even take your calls, which I don't have set up right now. Deal with it. Spring is all about renewal. It's new growth, fresh start. So maybe this season's the season that you finally follow us on the socials. Go search for AV SuperFriends on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Blue Sky. And we see you out there posting stuff, so give us a follow too. While you're out there decluttering your office, please consider planting the seeds of chaos by sharing this podcast with your coworkers, your local integrator, your procurement office, that one faculty member who still insists that VGA is more reliable. They're not wrong. And anyone else who might need a little sunlight in their signal chain. If you'd like to help this show to keep blooming, you can support us by using the donation link in the show notes or at the top of the website there. Your contributions help keep our mics hot, our opinions honest, and the snark organically sourced sometimes.
It's local.
And finally, we are turning over new leaves, but we're never crossing the stream. So keep an eye on what we're doing here. Thank you for your support. We couldn't do this without your support.
Yay. We did it.
All righty. What, do you want more clapping? It's like 4 people clapping there.
That's about right. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to this month's topic,
Which is
The topic of the month. Stay on topic.
So, Justin, this was your suggestion.
Yeah,
so just so
did,
everyone knows, we have an editorial calendar for the entire year except March. It literally says TBD. There is no plan for March. We change it up every year. And Justin, this was your suggestion. You were like, well, hey, let's talk about this. So, Justin, go.
Since
What are we
it's
talking
the
about and
vernal
why?
season, Justin? What do you
Yes. Use your vernal Catholic Latin.
So being on a campus with a hill, sometimes you find yourself walking around thinking a lot. And I was thinking one day about all the problems I had. And I was, we ought to do a show about the 10 Commandments of AV. So here we are. So
I'm curious, why did that anecdote need to have a hill?
Yeah.
It was a hill to
'Cause
die
every
on.
campus I've been on has a hill.
Because all religions need death.
We're the hill toppers, thank you.
That just means you're on
You're
top of the
known-
hill.
You're just at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
We are known for our hills. And I bet you there's a lot of
Really?
universities in Texas that are
Is
not
that a
on
thing?
hills. But maybe some are.
The Hilltoppers is like a straight up because you're known for hills.
Wyoming's not on a hill.
It's
No,
a
there's
mountain.
They're flat.
Mountains.
Yeah, it's different.
But
It's
it's
baby
flat.
hills.
You got a flat campus. Our campus is more like that.
Cool. All right.
Most campuses are more like this.
Yes, because when they built the town, they were like, hey, there's a flat spot over there. That's where we should build the town.
Nah, we're gonna do it on these
It's a lot
And there
hills.
was this guy from Kentucky who was like, top of the mountain. I'm like, no.
Top of the hill, hill toppers.
All right.
Well,
we'll
top of the
got
hill
there.
to you.
Okay. I like it.
So everybody started debating, well, how are we going to get through the show? Like, it's so much to talk about. 10 Commandments. Like, you just list the 10 Commandments. You just
Okay.
come up with 10
You have
items. So I came up with
quite
10.
a few
We were
here.
gonna
Yeah. So
I just in 5 minutes, I came up with this.
you
So
want to kick us off?
I know that everybody's supposed to come up with 2 or 3. Do you want me to read all of
we can
mine?
just go through your
Well,
list.
before we
Yeah,
get to that,
go ahead.
what defines, let's define a commandment. What defines your top 10 commandments? These are things you,
So commandments are things that you shall or shall not do in any circumstance at this point in our AV careers. It's just you shouldn't or should do these
you
things.
should not, or maybe should, or sometimes maybe you do.
It just
So-
it
goes
simply
away.
states
Depends. Yeah, it's
if you should or should not in each commandment.
So these
it's
are more like
not always
suggestions.
thou shall. It's sometimes thou shall not.
Unless you shall.
Right.
or shouldn't.
general AV
Shall-
words
thou
of wisdom.
shouldn't.
Is that true?
Thou shouldn't.
You agree on that? These are just general words of wisdom when it comes to
General
AV.
suggestions.
These are the
So I
10
think-
suggestions, not commandments.
The most strongest beliefs that Justin has as of today in line with AV.
Now this is fluid. It could change
I was
tomorrow.
going to say, it sounds fluid. How many of these are based on...
Today's commandments are
Tomorrow's.
as follows.
Today's
Wait, hold
commandments
on.
are tomorrow's problems. Let's realize that.
Possibly,
Okay.
but not necessarily.
So just because I clipped this, I'm going to run it anyway because it's funny and it cracks me up.
Would you clip what I
Go.
say?
All pay heed. The Lord Jehovah, has given unto you these 15, 10 commandments for all to obey.
Okay.
Sorry, you said 10 Commandments. That's the first thing that came to mind was the Mel Brooks
So these are
classic.
these
So there
are
you go.
not in any specific weighted order whatsoever, but genuinely you have very strong beliefs about these. Yes.
Like I always try to follow these things.
Except for when you don't.
This
There's some
is
of
like
them
today,
that-
though.
I know. I see some on your list that you do not follow.
We just gotta get. We're not gonna have time, so we gotta get in here somewhere. So
I want to know what those are, Larry. How do you know
we'll
me
get
that?
there. I'm curious if we could. This could go many different ways today. We might just
Do you
dissect
want me to just
Justin's
rattle
list.
them all
No,
off, or do you want me to pause and talk about each
I would say
one?
pick one and we'll go round
Let's
robin.
go there.
Yes. Pick your
Thou
most
shall not
important.
extend USB.
I don't think any of us disagree.
Okay.
That was the one. That was the one. He came down from. The
I'm reading in
heavens.
order.
What
These-
happens
and these
if
are-
your
and these
mouse
are-
and keyboard are farther away from your computer than you
Move
need?
the
It's called
computer.
wireless keyboard and mouse.
That's an IT thing.
That's a
not
service
an AV
nightmare.
thing.
That's a different department.
Is it?
Okay.
That's a different group. on
So,
your
so,
campus,
okay,
right?
so let's.
Yeah.
I know we don't want to just rattle off. You're talking about USB in the naughty list, kind of not from cameras, not from other high bandwidth USB sources. Correct?
Stop doing that.
Yeah, you're saying don't use USB as a replacement for the appropriate transport by extending USB through some bootleg, IT nonsense.
If it's not an SDI or Cat6 type cable, you're in trouble.
But I
That
extend
agree
USB
with.
over Cat 6.
Yeah.
That's not extending USB.
Is it?
Not the Cat 6 is the problem. It's the TX-RX sides
Okay.
that become issues.
But why?
All right.
why so is it because it's going to go wrong? Just generally, thou shalt not do it because you're not going to have a good time.
It's been a pain. It's been quite a bit of a pain.
Well, if friend of the show, Joe Cornwell was here, he'd tell us USB was not designed for that. USB was designed to talk to local peripherals connected to a computer. It's not made to go long distance. And yes, you can make it go long distance, but there's all sorts of things because now you're way outside the spec of what that protocol was supposed to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You run into all sorts of nonsense support issues. So
I want to know what Larry thinks that I do on this list because I'm
You're hung
shocked
up on
at
this.
that.
We're going to get there. Yeah.
We'll get there.
that's
Can
Larry's
I
secret
just
number.
rattle these off real quick?
No, Robin.
No.
Larry, go.
Thou shall not use two screens when one will do. And what that means is you simplify the functionality for the end user, even if they don't want to. You got to understand what they think they want to do, and then also understand the cognitive load of what that's going to take them to do. And they're not going to be able to do that in the middle of a class. And so simplify the system in such a way that they can actually accomplish teaching.
And most of the time, Larry, I'll back you up on this. It breaks your viewing angle standards.
Yeah,
Depending
like
on the
there
size of
are
the
lots
room.
of reasons to simplify and not do stuff like that.
What if I add another screen?
Oh yeah,
Like a
yeah.
third screen in the middle, that's half the content here. And
Well,
half
just
the
like off to
eight
the side of
them
one of them.
circling the
An
room.
angle
Yeah,
corner.
Yeah, Mark, 8 screens.
screens.
What's going on there?
So I want to let me lean into the discomfort of this a little bit. Is there a correct environment where thou can have two screens?
Yes.
Okay.
Conference rooms can work.
That was probably
depending
the
on
least
shape
of
the
my
furniture.
on my list, but okay.
Because
Let me redact that statement.
Design,
Can thou do this in a typical learning environment successfully, Larry?
maybe depends on the shape of the room and furniture. But if two displays can cover the entire audience in the same manner and everyone can see the content
Equally.
you can have two screens up there, but it's very limited because most people don't design classrooms that way. I've come across a couple.
But Justin, let me give you an alternative here. I teach in the College of Business. I need two screens because
I have two
is
monitors
better
at
than
my
one.
computer. Therefore, I need two computer screens in this.
I think we all see that. We see this a lot. I think we'd all agree.
You need to
We see
change
this a lot-
rooms.
Well, no, I don't disagree. I'm just saying this seems to be something from like the College of Business for whatever reason. They're like, we need two screens in here. Why? Well, because that'd be two.
Well, I was actually going to tease this out. I don't know how much time we have on this. There seems to be this like disconnect between like screen real estate and two pipes, right? And,
Exactly.
And it's like
that.
There's this modality people get, and they're like, no, I need two pipes worth of real estate. But what if I give you the same thing? No. I need two things. And they're saying, it always gets into the, well, what about PowerPoint in my notes? That's usually the hill this falls apart on.
you don't want to show the class your notes, so it's okay.
Right. And so,
So my point is always, do you want to disservice half the room? Do you want to? I say that to the faculty. I was like, you are doing a
You
disservice
point
to
at the
half
side you
students in
like
this
the
room.
least.
I don't like them. They can't see it.
all right.
They get the notes.
And they're like, and they usually say, "Oh, I never thought of it that
Of
way.
course.
We'll keep one." And I'm like, okay,
We're going to make a real small one over in the corner. I need all the whiteboard space. I'm not going to
Now we
sacrifice
can
any of
give
that.
you a second monitor, but that is for you to use and
But
not
can I
broadcast.
turn it around so the students can view?
I love that. They do that a lot
I don't give a shit. You can try.
until they rip cables out of stuff.
Yeah,
That
it
So
ain't
we're
gonna
not doing
work
two
very
screens,
well.
just normally across the board, just for the sake of
Okay,
doing
so
two screens.
Nothing that makes them route something else from a separate touch panel.
I only do it if it makes sense from a visual acuity perspective.
There's a lot there, but okay. I'm gonna.
Mark,
All right.
what's coming off your list here?
Thou shall design for serviceability. It is non-negotiable, which means
Damn it, that's on my list too.
Kind of
Same.
vague.
well,
but I
no.
like
I think it's important because
it's a good concept. I'm not disagreeing
understand
with it.
that
It's just
and this is not
nice.
necessarily like, what am I going to design, put my pen down, and I'm going to write this thing. But when you view options and opportunities and manufacturers come to you, do you understand what that means to your serviceability? Does the impact of your staff, how does it tie into your ecosystem, all that? Just because it does something on paper does not necessarily ensure that it's going to translate to what you need from a serviceability standpoint. We all have ecosystems, pick your whatever it is. Does this work well outside of what just the specs say? Do your people know how to do it? Are they trained to do it under skill? Like, have that in the back of your mind, not just, well, it says it can do it and it's got the right number of I's and the right amount of O's, so it should work. that's kind of where we see a lot of that friction with like consultants all the time. Well, they're like, well, it just says it can do this, like, but it doesn't fit my service ecosystem. It doesn't fit my capacity, my students, my technicians, all those things. So I think it's imperative that all designs be viewed through that serviceability lens. I think it's too critical and it's too much risk if you don't do it.
So is that because you're talking serviceability and standardization all in one shot?
Your standards should follow the same suit, right? They should become written in a way that speaks to how you're servicing and supporting the space, not just because it has the whiz-bang thing. Can you actually do this? So if you say yes to this, what does it mean for you? Can you afford saying yes to this product or this service?
Yeah, I almost had the same thing. Like I had
wrapping like
treat
three things into
yourself
one.
as treat your future you as the most important client. System that you put in has to be serviceable, and it also has to be standardized. Like you don't put a piece of equipment in until Jamie has tested it on his system for a year.
Just once Jamie has figured out how many times it's going to fail and what the remediation path is, then you can use it.
Yes, not until
Thou shalt not test equipment.
No, thou shalt not test equipment on your network. Test it on Jamie's.
Okay, so I mean, let me ask you, do you agree or disagree with the sentiment of?
I mean, I agree. It's just like I'm going through my list because you've stepped on like 3 of mine with just one there.
That's on brand for me.
Yeah, he's kind of broad sweeping in his commandments.
Well, I think to me, I would have started off with this one. We jumped into Justin.
I disagree with the way and I think it's just your phrasing. I disagree that we design, or the standards are based on serviceability as a primary. Standards should be based, in my opinion, standards should be based on experience of teaching and learning. But is
that not the service that we're trying to deliver anyway?
I think it's both.
I think it's both. I think there's a happy medium here.
Serviceability to me that says supportability, and that says your staff's ability to maintain.
But if the system goes down, then teaching and learning
it's compromised
as well,
right? And
so it's got to be both.
You have to do both.
It's a balance, and I think you're right to say, okay, it looks like this from this perspective, and looks like that from that perspective. But I think just generally, and I think this is probably more of an issue for different universities and schools that are relying more heavily about outside integrators. Understanding the impact for a design that is not your own on your ability to service that system.
Now you're walking right all over knowledge work too. You just swinging your arms around.
I've been saying it. So, okay, we'll go. Chris, what is one of yours, sir?
Well, so far I've marked off like 4 on my list.
I'm just being efficient.
Apparently, you want one commandment. Do what I say.
It's just one paragraph. Thou shalt.
All right. Damn it! See, this one's what Larry talked about too. I guess I'm going to delete this one.
Yeah. See,
you can always still want to.
You go to Justin's list. He has like an infinite list.
I got a good list.
I'm going for the one I know Mark don't do.
I know. It's sitting right in front of me. It's one of my options, and I'm bad at it. So go ahead.
Thou shalt document everything.
Exactly. That's the one. I'm looking right at it on my list too. I was like, oh, I couldn't say that. So, yeah.
Documentation loves uptime, always save final signal flows, your IP schemes, your firmware versions, your as-builts. And so the note here, the note that I liked, the way I phrased this was, if your documentation is go ask Steve, you're like one person leaving away from just utter chaos.
Unless Steve is your AI bot. That may work.
That's not what that means, and you raise a good point. Like if everything is properly documented, you have that, and the AI bot has access to it, and you can say, "Oh, go ask the Steve bot." But yeah,
maybe.
And I think we're all guilty of not fully documenting. I'll tell you where my weak point is as builts. Going back and those tweaks you make during installation of going back and updating my drawings for that.
It's hard to find time to do that.
Here's the weird part. Yes, I'm guilty of not having documents for everything, but I also believe thou shalt not waste time over documenting common things that everybody should be doing all the time anyway.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I don't. I agree with Mark on that one.
And so there are certain things of standards.
So what are common things that you?
If I'm going to build the same type of room over and over and over and over again,
then it would be fully documented.
It is.
The argument for that is, which I address in my class, if you want to take a class on this.
And when is this class, Justin?
If I wanted to take this class, when would I take it?
Yeah, where would I sign up and where do I go for this?
You want
Free
to
plug.
keep those things documented to some degree as a standard because in theory, you have new employees coming in, new student workers, and that information can transpose to other people more easily versus, 90% of our department knows how to do something, so
I'm not saying it doesn't exist in documentation, but at the same time, I'm not saying we know what our general things are, right? Saying we cannot move forward until we have this exactly spelled out to be the same thing we've done over and over and over again.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't agree with keeping that as a gatekeeper for not doing something like an excuse, but like like you should be working towards documenting everything.
Yes.
If you,
I think the
don't.
general consensus is we want to document as much as we can all the time.
And I'll just say, Mark hates schematics.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
With a passion.
No,
You'll come on. You'll talk about
love
doing
to
drawings.
hate
That's
it.
not design. Where that's not what that is. No. That's just documentation.
I
though.
know that you get to systems where you have to, and you're like, I know this has to be done, but man, I really don't want to do this shit.
I don't think I didn't say I hated them. I hate the process of having to sit down and commit gobs and gobs of hours to doing things that. Is it part of the? Do we need them? Yes. Do I like to have the identity of having to do them all? No. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm with Mark on that.
I mean, it's just like
Still
doing
do it.
taxes. Do you want to do taxes all the time?
I love
just
doing
don't.
taxes.
Right.
All right, Justin, what's next on your list?
Thou shall abide by all 5X safety factors. So I'm tired of people hanging shit with
Justin,
stupid
the
things
toggles
and-
on the
It
box
says
say 1,000 pounds.
man.
Drywall screws are just fine.
And part of this is, and I guess I have 9 commandments here, but one of them is thou shalt support drop ceiling speakers independently of the ceiling grid. I'm sick and tired of looking at
that's
new
not what the
ceilings
grid's
that
for.
are concave. Like, what the hell y'all doing?
It's
You
acoustic
guys ever?
better.
For my
Ours are all
business,
convex.
we bid on something, and then I go back and look at some asshole that didn't do any safety factor stuff that I bid in my job that increased costs.
Hey.
That, like, you can't get away with that. Like,
Why
who's-
are you talking
They
about
did.
the integrators who did work on my campus before I got here? Because
it's
that's
just-
mean.
It's infuriating to me. It's a bad.
Did you guys ever go into a room and find a projector on the grid and the whole
Yeah.
ceiling's like leaning down towards it?
Yeah.
Just
It's like, how did you get away with that?
Just,
How the building inspector, like, how's the client not
Building
worried about
Well,
killing people?
I'm interested. Is that in your scope to check?
It's hell.
I mean,
yeah.
if you were designing it, but if you were to like have something handed off, like who? Because this becomes like a whole project
What do you
process.
mean
Like
handed off?
if you walked into a space, let's just assume that you found out that a newly furnished building,
Like College of Business,
whatever
right,
it is,
for
whatever
instance?
new college building du jour.
Yeah.
If you walked in, would you take ownership on remediating that, or would you say nope?
If you touch it legally, you're
We
required
were talking
to.
about it. My 1st
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk over to that building with a ladder, and my first thing I'm doing is popping my head above that ceiling, going, "This shit's got to get fixed, all of it."
Okay. No, I think you're right.
That's part of us owning that system and being accountable for that system. If I'm not doing my due diligence, if I take over a system and I don't, and I know the integrators are doing a subpar job,
Well, I'm going to
There's
have a
no
commandment
way
that I
I'm
want to go
trusting
right
them.
after you on this one when we're all said and done. Just,
okay, but there's no way I'm trusting that person to do their job right. And so I've got to check off on all that shit.
this might be dovetailing on that one, or maybe the same thing. But thou shall not let business process get in the way of doing what is correct.
Ooh.
Example.
If your
Business
if your general identity for the organization which you work for is AV, and there's an AV problem, thou shalt remediate that problem. Not wait for some legal definition as to when you can or cannot do it.
You're going to have
I'm not
to
sure I'm
further
following
explain.
you.
Yeah. What's the scenario on this?
You all know what's right and wrong. Something's broken. If you get to a point, you say, "Oh, well, we didn't install it. Somebody else did," and there's a class at risk because it's not working. Go in there and try to fix it.
Wait, is that a
can't do it.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Business
we're
school.
not doing it.
Oh.
The project's not even done. It's not even signed off
If
on.
there's
Oh.
cl-
We're
For
not
that
even
guy.
if there are
legally
classes
able by
in
the
there
paperwork.
on behalf of the university and it is your
It's been
general
not
identity,
legally able to go in there and fix it.
It's
still under
been not
contract
done
with
for a
someone
year.
else.
Like at some point.
Here
Who's
comes
signing
the
off
free
on it?
dinner.
I wasn't going to even bring this one up. I had a note
As
to it. I was like,
a
I'm going to just say it
whole,
anyway.
The university as a whole,
Dude, you put a quarter
is
in this
not
guy.
allowing us to go in there to work on anything.
I still believe it. I
It's a
still
policy.
believe it's
It's
in
written in
the best
contract
interest
from the
of the
consultant.
organization that you go remediate that.
Successful learning outcomes would dictate that you go
what
fix it.
time and what money, and our schedule's already full. When
right now.
Stop the documentation
Get in
and
there.
go fix it.
Get in there.
We didn't put it in. We don't have any
That is
schematics.
my
We don't have
point.
any passwords. We have no IP addresses. We haven't even set foot in the
Okay.
building yet.
Pause there. Would you know what you need to do if you were going to go in there?
Yeah.
Then what the fuck are you waiting for? Go get it done.
Time. You know, it's gonna take a week to fix one room, Mark.
A week, I can build a whole room in
Seems
2
like you
days.
spent a lot of time thinking about this.
When do you hope to do that when classes are going on, Mark? A
10
week to fix
10
one
minutes
room.
between
The breaks between classes. It's not working
We
now.
just had winter break, dude. That was several weeks.
You can make substantial progress in 10-minute increments.
We were already booked on other projects for other EDU classes.
Okay. I didn't do up all the options, so
people to do their
I only wanted to
jobs.
get in there because it was a good opportunity to do so.
It was a good opportunity.
I mean, I just don't understand.
Larry, what's another one for you?
Well, you stole my last one on my list,
Jesus.
so I was
You
going
were
to
gonna pick on
steal
Justin too?
one on Chris's list that's really good, but I'll let him.
Damn
keep
it, Larry! I misread yours here and thought it was way more interesting. But okay, go ahead.
Wait, what? That was insulting.
I thought it said. I'm going to just say I thought the word was furniture when I was scrolling past.
Oh, okay. So rather than steal Chris's,
You could steal from my list.
I can steal from your list because I really like the 4K, 5K, 8K nonsense.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
I'm going to steal that one then because I really like it. Thou shalt not chase resolution idols. Nobody can see it anyway. It doesn't matter. Like, do not put 4K, 5K, 8K anywhere outside of very, very unique applications. Yes, if you're in an igloo. Yes, if you're touching the wall. Yes, yes. But outside of that, 1080p is the max everywhere.
720 all day.
Well, yeah.
Do I hear 480?
I'd go 480p black.
We have some rooms that are 480.
Otherwise, you're just wasting money.
NTSC gets it done.
So
By the way, Larry,
Interlaced.
I
Yeah.
think that's the reason why they're not done yet. Is 4K.
oh,
It
really?
would not surprise me.
Wow.
4K.
See.
Yeah.
I'm not. What's that mean, Justin? They're not done yet because of 4K. Like they're waiting.
Are there
It's going to
$4,000
cost
out
them
there?
$4,000 per room to get these
They did
things
not
back
have
to
a
work.
they did not have a very well thought through EDID plan with all the devices and things they had to configure. So.
720p mono.
And so they're forcing 4K through a 1080 monitor and they're wondering why it's not working.
Where did you guys
See,
find a
if you
1080
know
monitor, by
this,
the way?
why don't you tell them and get it fixed?
We told them, they're asking us, and we told them like, and they're like, we put in Crestron, it fixed it. I'm like, yeah, you put in scalars. We don't put in scalars. Like that should be the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not.
Actually, that's a good point. Putting a hardware scaler at the end of your signal chain does not fix your inability to set up an EDID chain.
No.
And that's exactly what this integrator did and said we should have used Crestron
A
instead.
lot
I'm
of
like,
them-
use
a lot of them do that.
Crestron's D10 and E10 series and let's see what the hell
Until you need 2.2.
because you're not doing apples to apples here.
Cool.
So that's
Okay.
a whole other thing. Thou shalt not use scalars is my
That is a good one. I like that
I
one.
like that one. That one's better.
Chris,
than-
what would you get? You got one.
By the way, so I, as you all know, inherited a campus. Many RMC scalers out there. I did find a room that had 1080i or 720p and 1080i capable cameras, the older PTZ cameras. 1080i, which is the one place so far you could legitimately say I want a hardware scaler there, and it didn't have them. So awesome.
I have a whole broadcast
Can I read more of mine?
ecosystem that's I.
No, I haven't gotten mine yet.
Justin's going to get a bunch of extra credit ones in here.
Let's see. Where's the one I was trying to find? Thou shalt protect audio above all.
Mm-hmm.
You can make do with bad video.
Justin's having
Video
a heart
forgives.
attack right now.
Video forgives. Audio does not. Bad lighting can be annoying, but bad audio is fatal.
Yep.
If you have to choose sound over an awesome picture.
Is this primarily in like teaching and learning, or is this like specifically geared towards like collaboration and conferencing, or both?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I agree with that, but come on, Chris, that's such low hanging fruit.
Okay, you want to know? Wait, what?
That's like saying the A is relevant in A and B.
Okay, wait. I got one for Mark. Here's one for Mark. How about this? I'll sneak another one in here. Because that last one was so bad it didn't count.
It was good. It was
I
just
liked
like,
it.
I thought it was relevant.
Thou shalt avoid over automation.
Ooh.
Just because you can auto switch, auto mix, auto sense, auto track your cameras,
Auto-shade,
auto detect,
lights.
motion sensor lights, doesn't mean you should. Complexity increases support. Larry brought up complexity increases cognitive load. And sometimes, this is just for Mark, sometimes the best control system is fewer decisions.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I read all that like continue to do my automated system.
But
Because
sometimes
because
the
of the
instructor
cognitive
doesn't
load.
want their screen on the display. So, like, there's a happy medium there.
Yeah, but it's only for certain types of spaces right now, so it's not.
Okay, Justin, now get us.
You want me to do some more?
Yeah, do
Well,
one
we have
of
to
them
get to
that you
10, and
don't
I've
follow.
lost track of where we are.
11-teen.
Like,
Let's see,
thou shalt
down-
remodel, or read manuals. I know you don't do that.
That's
Nobody
only
reads
thing I
the
can
manuals.
read. What the hell you think
I'll get number 5, Justin. Go there.
Thou shalt not use a touch panel when a button panel will suffice.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to hit comma and also say don't use a button panel when nothing will suffice, because I've done a few rooms that don't have an interface.
What if it was automated? You walked in, plugged in, and it just worked.
Nice.
What if you walk in and you just have to wave your arms and things just happen?
What if you didn't have to
Or
walk in?
say monitor on.
What if you just stayed home and just joined
No.
remotely?
Just plug and play detect stuff. Pretty simple.
It's all wireless now.
But there
Let's
is,
see. Thou shalt not use chassis-based matrix switchers.
Oh, there we go.
except for if you're going to use stacked 16 or above more. It has to be matrix into matrix with 16 by into 16 by.
But you're running 4 outputs in your quad box and your quad boxes?
Yeah,
Yes.
If you're,
I want to see all the
dovetailing
sources.
if you're going to do it, go
Chris.
bold.
Thou shalt abide by audio coverage uniformity standards. An easy one.
Okay.
You're just
Come
racking
on,
all these
read
up
the
here.
next one. Read the next one.
Whereas thou shalt abide by discus display. Now I will say that sometimes I can't abide by this
Exactly.
based upon ceiling heights, but it's well communicated. But it's number 2 on my list right after audio coverage uniformity in my design.
So could we use all of these to design the ultimate worst room? Really quick here. We got multi-display, USB extension, 8K, 3-foot tall images. That's going to be 50
the
feet.
opposite of our
yeah.
10
What's the
commandments?
worst? Could we
Yes,
make
that
the
would be
worst,
the worst
scenario
room.
room
Probably.
ever? I think we.
That would.
I got one on my list just for Justin here.
What
He's
is
going
it?
to love this one. Thou shalt not let vendors design thy strategy.
I agree with
Because
that.
vendors will design and build
That's true.
projects.
Those are big words.
Okay, well, so vendors will design and build projects. You're interested in systems and standards.
You're interested in
So
experience.
they'll come in and do their own thing that's not aligned with either of those, and
Yeah,
then
let's
they
not do
they
that.
get their check and they peace out. So
Yeah. It's pretty sure I
How many
agree
we
with
get?
that.
I don't know. But we're in overtime here.
I don't know. We're like in the 27 range
Yeah,
at this
at
point.
this point, we're
Thou shalt use 16 by 9.
I think that's just a
Vertically,
legal requirement
yeah.
these days.
yeah. There's not really any
Thou
other
shalt label
options.
cables.
Just common
I think I
colloquial
went
names.
through all of the 11 commandments that I had.
Yeah. Then we got it.
Yeah, I have the label cables thing on here as well. If you don't, just my note that like you don't know what HDMI 3 is a year from now, so labeling that with a human readable name
But I'm
is helpful.
pretty sure it's not going to be analog audio. It's probably going to be something to do with video. So at least you know.
My favorite is when
forever.
you see the handwritten labels with a question mark.
Future.
This is probably this
It
question.
says, no, it says confidence monitor question mark. You're like, what?
What's supposed to? Do you feel confident about this? No.
Does anybody else have one that they want to bring up? Because otherwise we'll wrap up and roll out here. I have one I'm going to mention here at the end, but it's one I violate all the frickin' time. But
What is it?
thou shalt test with real content. A laptop, your laptop with a default Windows background is not a test of an appropriate test for your video systems.
No.
Looks good. Sounds good.
I don't know.
We went the whole night.
Oh, we were all
the
guilty
whole
of that one,
9,000
but
spec.
Yeah.
Check it off. Over document it. Every
Yeah.
room. Forgive this out what size it is. Okay. Well, Any last minute things? I was like, the network-based one, but I don't know if it's really relevant or not. The network is part of your thou shalt design.
I have one about lifecycle, but
lifecycle one as well. Design for lifecycle. Thou shalt. Okay.
Thou shalt appropriately commission before declaring victory. Oh, that's a good one.
All right. Well, I think we get the gist of it. We got there.
All righty. Well, there's your. I don't know how many that was. That's a lot. There was probably like 17 in there.
Ish.
It's
Or 18 commandments.
It's the things you got to do maybe most of the time, unless you knowingly violate them, which we all do.
Yeah.
If you want. Kind of.
If you feel like it this
Okay,
week.
well,
So. All right. Any last thoughts? Nope. Maybe.
Yeah,
Well, all right. Well,
Safety is important. Be safe out there.
good point.
Safety
Yes.
third.
Safety
Safety
third.
after lunch.
All right. Get us out of here.
Well,
guys.
let me do this, and we'll come back. We'll be back next month with more stuff. Head over to avsuperfriends.com for more shows of this type of discussion.
See ya.
Thanks for putting up with yet another episode of AV SuperFriends On Topic. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV SuperFriends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.